Hi, my name is Drake Morris. I'm 38 years old and I live by myself here in this shithole of an apartment. Yeah, it's not much, but it's what I like to call home, I guess. I've been here on my own for the past 5 years. I joined the army when I was 21, leaving my family, my wife Helen, and my 3-month-old kid at home. Yeah, I married early. Anyway, I loved my job. I'd always wanted to fight for my country, and as soon as I got the chance, I went for it. I just got up off my arse and full on went for it. Not exactly doing that now. Just look at me, I'm pathetic. Sat on my backside, staring at the ceiling. Constantly making a fool out of myself, doing nothing with my life.
And for God's sake, someone turn that damn tap off!
Thank you. Where was I? Yeah, I went for it. Sacrificing my family all for the sake of a career. Seemed selfish, but at the time they were so supportive and encouraging. A few years down the line, and I had only been home a few times. My daughter Ria was now 3.5 years old, and I had missed a crucial time of her life. My family were beginning to resent me, and my wife was beginning to look around, so to speak. Anyway, I decided that it would be a pretty nice idea to surprise her and come home for Valentine's Day that year. Big mistake. She had already made plans with my best mate from home, Joe. I came home and found them. I walked in on them, well, you know, so I killed him. Right there, right then. I came into our bedroom, I saw them in our bed, so I responded in the right way. Yes? No? Somebody please tell me. I grabbed Helen, pulled her off of him without saying a word, kicked her out of the bedroom, locked the door, and strangled him to death. I was a murderer, all in the blink of an eye. My life was turned upside down. I had killed my best friend in my own home. I disconnected all lines of communication so I could pay my parents a visit, in particular my father. Now, my father's reputation was one not to be messed with. Made a shed load of cash, and if I went down for murder, his reputation went down the crapper. So I went straight to him. He was calm. We spoke. We came to an agreement. If we discarded the body and paid off Helen, everything would be okay. And that's exactly how it went, nice and easy. I divorced Helen, lost contact with my mother and father, and I lost Ria too in the process. Sacrifices which had to be made. I was still madly in love with Helen, but I couldn't live with her in that house, knowing what had happened. I went back to the forces, and that's where I stayed, well, for another 5 years. I checked the mail one day at base to find out I had more post than usual. And by that I mean I had a single letter. It was Dad, and he had bad news. My daughter Ria and ex-wife Helen were both killed in a car crash. I was distraught, and this is where things got out of hand. I turned to alcohol. I knew how to get it onto the base, and within a week I had been discharged and sent home. I had nowhere to go, no friends, no family, so I took to the streets and became one of the many homeless in this god-forsaken country. I spent all of my wages on booze and women, and was eventually left with nothing. But one day I was sat in my usual spot, when I was approached by 2 men in suits. They informed me that my father had passed and left me £850,000. I was literally the only one left. I got myself a shabby little apartment, and again, this is where I have stayed. Now why does somebody with all that money look so damn miserable? The crazy continuous mood changes, always breaking down. Why? Love and loneliness. I have been on my own for 8 years. Barely making contact with the outside world, only venturing out to buy crappy food and cheap alcohol that gets me pissed. Money isn't everything, you know, and there is honestly no way I can carry on living like this. Let's face it, I haven't had a job in 8 years. I'm never gonna make it. So either I rot in this place until I die, carry on doing exactly what I have been doing for the last 5 years, I kill myself, or I turn myself in for the murder of my best friend all those years ago. suicide.